I was curious, what are some of your stock phrases that you use?
Yeah, sure. Let's talk about that. So, some stock phrases that I use when I play, if I'm playing a pentatonic shape. Is my guitar too loud, you guys? It feels loud to me.
A
Okay,
little,
yes.
little bit.
I will turn it down a little bit. That might be a better volume. That sounds more balanced. So anyway, if I'm playing, yeah, like a two note per string kind of line, something that I like to do is groups of six. So you might see me do something like I'll use the pentatonic shape as a reference, but I'll play a group of six, like, okay? So that's just, that's the pattern. And then I'll take that pattern and just ascend with it, right? So, right? And when we put that all together, it sounds like this, right? So that's something that I like to do, and I find that really works well with any pentatonic shape. Like I could play it using this shape. All right, so that's one thing. Do you have any questions about that?
Nope, nope, I got that.
Okay, cool. Another thing that I like to do is this kind of lick. So this is also something that you can do, like say you are playing the pentatonic scale, or like maybe a minor scale. So like just imagine I'm in the key of B minor. Something that I like to do is this little, it's like a chromatic sort of lick. So that's like the main part, you know? So that's another thing. Any questions about that?
Pretty clear.
Cool. I'm trying to be clear, so that's good
Yep.
that it's coming across that way. And another thing that I like to do is, so say we're staying in the key of B minor. So there's this position of the B minor scale here. And if you continue to ascend that, it's actually the Phrygian shape, right?
Mm.
But something that I like to do is play a sweep. And basically, what that is it's a B minor 7 arpeggio, and it goes like this. And that's where it ends, and then I usually will play any notes in the neighborhood, like I'll play maybe an A, or like the root. Sometimes I'll do something like that. But yeah, that's something that I do quite regularly. And I've actually been getting some of my videos, like what I play, transcribed. I'm not sure if
Mm.
you saw my last YouTube video or whatever, but I'm working with a transcriber now, and I'm having him transcribe a lot of what I play in the video. And if you just check out the tabs of my playing, you will see that lick quite a bit because I love to do that. And I'm just thinking of like other licks that I like to play. Something like this. Let's see here. So this is like also a B minor arpeggio, but I like to put the blue note in there. So that's the flat 5. And kind of just roll with it. Just play around that. This would be like the simplified version. Just playing around that line. I like doing that quite a bit. I think that sounds like kind of, I don't know. It's like woo. You know? I don't really know how to describe it other than that. But yeah, those are 4 stock licks that I play a lot. Staying in the key of B minor. Sometimes I like to do things like this. So just approach. So basically, I'm just playing an arpeggio. There's a B minor arpeggio. But I'm approaching each note in the arpeggio from 1 semitone below it, right? So it's just like, and that sounds really cool, I think. And yeah, you know, these are all staples of my playing. I like little micro sweeps as well. So like this was a micro sweep. I like to play major 7th micro kind of sweeps. Like this is a D major 7 chord, right? So I can just sweep it. Another thing that I like to do, oh man, you've got me like, my mind is just like going crazy right now. I'm just like thinking about my own playing in a way that I don't normally do. So thank you for the question. But I earlier on the call, I was talking to Chris. I'm not sure if he's still here, but I was talking to Chris about even groups of notes. So like I was talking about groups of 2. So I like even groups of notes because when you have an even group of notes, it means when you switch strings, the way that you're picking won't change direction. Like as you move along the strings. For example, if I were playing 2 notes per string and I start with an upstroke, then every time I switch strings, I'm going to start with an upstroke, right? But if I have like 3 notes per string, then it's gonna alternate every time, right? So I could start with a downstroke, and then when I move strings, now I'm starting with an upstroke. And now I will start with a downstroke for the next string, right? So that's okay, but I like even groups of notes because you start with the same picking direction as you move along the strings. So if you're starting with the same picking direction, like a downstroke, I find it's kind of easy to play fast alternate picking lines. So if I were to play something like, I could play that pretty quick because I'm playing groups of 6, right? So like, takes a little bit of run-throughs to get warmed up there. But that's what I'm talking about, right? And you can do that with groups of 6. You could do it with like maybe groups of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 exercise. With groups of 2, it's a little bit more tricky. But yeah, with like groups of 6 especially, I find it's pretty quick. Anyway, those are all things that I incorporate into my playing very regularly. So they're all Brandon isms, if you will. Yeah.
Yeah, I just started improvising, so I'm trying to figure out a vocabulary. So
Yeah. I mean, the best vocabulary um, is just really knowing the key well enough that uh, you you can not get lost and like because vocabulary definitely plays a role in my improvisation. It plays a role in everybody's improvisational skill, but it shouldn't be like the only thing, right? Because you want to think of vocabulary as like the flashy, shiny stock licks that you have available. Um, but you want to think of like that key is like the fretboard. You can go anywhere you want, but if you want to like break out something cool, then you can do that because you have a lick saved that you're ready to deploy. It's kind of like I don't know, maybe if you were gonna eat like a dinner, um, the meat and potatoes would be like the just knowing the key well and being able to navigate through it, and then the dessert would be your fancy licks, right? So like you got to eat your meat and potatoes. I mean, this is just how it is. But sometimes you get to eat a cake. So
gotcha. Appreciate you, Brandon.
we are guitar chefs.